Boker Tov, good morning. Continue with that 3-minute daily dose of Torah. This week, preparing ourselves as the month of Adar has begun for the upcoming holiday of Purim. And today and tomorrow, I want to be looking at the question that we are all relating to regarding the reading of Megillah and whether or not one can hear Megillah in a non-live setting. This is a question we would generally not be asking, right? We would tell people that you expected to be present for Megillah reading, and when someone's sick at home, we would send someone to your house to read Megillah for you, and that's how we would do things. But it's not, as we know, there's not normal times, and we need to address questions differently. Last year, as you recall, we offered Megillah reading over Zoom. There was no option to be present together, and so that was better than nothing. This year, things are a little different, and we've generally said that a person should absolutely, if you are in good health and you are not anxious, and that's really important, you're not anxious COVID-wise about being with people in such a setting, masked and far apart from one another, then you are expected to hear Megillah in person. But can you fulfill your obligation if you are unable to do that over the phone or the radio? Those are sort of all those the early discussions in the responsa since the 1960s, or we would now frame it over Zoom. That's what I want to look at with you for the next 2 days, just quickly. You can learn some of the basic principles. So here are the concerns. Here are the concerns. We'll start with the concerns. The Mishnah in Masechet Rosh Hashanah questions shofar blowing that took place in a cistern, in a pit. And the shofar is blown there, and we're not getting into all the details of where you are, but if the Mishnah says, if you are sure that you hear the sound of the shofar, then you fulfilled your obligation. But if you heard the sound of the echo, kol havara lo yatsa, then you did not fulfill your obligation. And that serves as a basis for much of the contention around this question. People who take the position that at least one argument that you cannot fulfill your mitzvah of shofar of Megillah through these other media would say that this is equivalent to kol havara. It is not the sound of the Megillah that you're hearing. It's some secondary sound, a secondary sound, and that is not acceptable. Part of the response to that is that you might be mistaken as to what the concern regarding kol havara is, and it's possible that the worry is that you have either a significant time delay. That's one of the explanations. Time delay. I say something, the echo was heard a few seconds later, notably so, and that's a separate and distinct sound. Or it's possible that we're worried about the sort of this cacophony of sounds as being the real issue, and if you have clarity and can hear what was presented, that would not be a problem of kol havara. We'll continue tomorrow to understand one other element and understand what decisions are reached. Have a great day.